Okay, welcome everyone. I am Alicia with Allison James Corporate. If you can hear me, maybe you could just write yes in the chat box. I just want to make sure that my audio is working good. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so I am thrilled to have you all here for today's webinar, where we'll be diving into digital strategies to turn leads into listings with real estate coach and digital marketing coach Krista Mashore. I hope I said that right, Krista. Today, we will learn to leverage digital strategies that not only attract attention, but also turn that attention into real estate transactions. So whether you're a seasoned agent or maybe you're just getting started, our goal is to provide you with education, strategies, and tools to help you succeed in this ever-evolving industry. Before we jump in, I just want to take one moment to introduce to you Allison James Estates and Homes. We are a brokerage built on a simple yet powerful mission, supporting agents with unparalleled resources while offering you all 100% commission. Our team here at Allison James is made up of experienced professionals who are really passionate about helping agents achieve their goals. And we're constantly innovating by adding new training, cutting edge tech, lead resources, top marketing, and support to enhance every agent's career. We're also excited to announce that we just partnered with and launched a new lead source for our agents through sold.com, which provides leads to you with no upfront cost. If you're looking for a brokerage that values your success, provides the tools to help you thrive, we would love to connect with you. Feel free to reach out after the webinar to learn more about how Allison James Estates and Homes can support your career. You can also go to the website ajicareers.com and fill out the form. Throughout today's webinar, you do have the chat box available to you if you have a question or want to go over something with that Krista is going over. Feel free to chat in that box and we will answer that for you. And I am going to pass the mic to you, Krista. I will also switch over the presentation for you. One second. Okay, Chris. Oh, you're on mute,
Oh, you
Krista.
guys can see me now. Hi,
Yes.
everyone. I want to make sure I could see you. Is this the type where I could see? Oh, I can't see them, huh? Just
You can't
myself.
see. They can if they want to.
Okay. I love to see people. Just like, seeing people is super fun. I'm Krista Mayshore, and I was a 1% agent for 19 years. I've personally sold over 2,300 homes as a solo agent. And about 7 years ago, I just hit year 7, actually. I launched a coaching program, and I teach real estate agents digital marketing, social media, and video. So what I want you to think about is this. Right now, the number one thing I want you to think about as a real estate agent is how to build your brand. Okay. And there's a lot of research from a lot of different authors and market analysis that in any given market, not just in real estate, but in any type of market, whether you're selling, whether you're a divorce attorney or you're an insurance agent, there's only about 3% of people that at any given time are ready to buy your product right now. Okay. And what happens is most people only focus on the 3% that are ready to buy now, and they ignore the 97%. And what I want you to understand is that eventually that 97% is either going to know somebody that will become in the 3%, or they will market to, or they will become people in the 3%. So your goal as a real estate agent is to learn to become a marketer. All right. What I always say, if you want to be a top producer, you need to be a top marketer. He who markets the most will always win. He who markets the most will always have more leverage, more opportunities. I want you to think about, why is it that brands that we know and love and trust, like Google, Yahoo, Pringles chips, right? Why would they spend $7 million for a 30-second commercial during the Super Bowl. Let me see if I can see the chat. Why would they do that? If you guys are here, you can put it in the chat. Like, why would Google, we all know who Google is. Why would Google spend that much money just to have a commercial during the Super Bowl when everybody knows who Google is? Do we have any takers? The reason is because they want brand awareness. They want to make sure that they are remembered, that they're thought about, right? Now, Google is a huge brand, and there's not as much competition with Google until, of course, ChatGPT came. But in your business, there is a lot of people that have you have a lot of competition, right? Especially in real estate, there is so much competition. So your goal is to be what I become called a community market leader. What that means is anytime somebody thinks about real estate, your goal is to get them to think about you. But I want you to think about what most real estate agents do. They make their marketing all about them. Just listed, just sold, like I'm so great, I'm number one, right? They don't make it about the consumer. And the more that you can focus on the consumer, the more you understand who your consumer is, right? And what their desires are, what their needs are, and what they want, the more likely that you will be able to convert them into clients. Okay. So what I want you to think about with your marketing, and I don't see any hands or anything like that. So if you could just help me, that would be great. And first of all, I forgot to say thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here. I really appreciate the opportunity to be here today. And from what I heard about the brokerage, they're very high into education and helping you. And I saw that they already have new lead sources. So that's such a cool thing to be able to, be around a brokerage that actually cares about their agents. It's very, very rare. So it's nice to see. And I love how they also invited people from other brokerages, which is really, really cool. Okay. So what I want you to think, I'll go ahead and share my screen here. And then if you can just tell me like, hey, I see your slideshow, that'll be great. Go. All right. Okay. Awesome. So let me share it really quickly. Share. Here we go. All right. So I want you to think about this is called the sales cycle. Okay. And in any business, and by the way, you are a business, you're an entrepreneur, you own your own business. What I want you to think about is how important it is for marketing and awareness. Okay. And this is the full cycle from the time somebody gets to know about you to the time they actually end. So marketing awareness falls into almost every single category. Can you guys all see the slides? Yes, it's hard to even know if I don't see any. Yes, okay, perfect. Awesome. Thank you. So if you market appropriately, you're going to generate leads. And one of the main questions that I always hear from real estate agents is I say, what do you want in your business? And they say, I want to generate leads. But you don't just want to generate leads, you want to generate high quality leads that convert. And the more that you market to people locally in your community, the more you will generate higher quality leads. But as we know, according to the National Association of Realtors, the time that it takes from somebody when they start thinking about buying a house to the time they actually do it, or thinking about selling to the time they actually do it, is anywhere typically from 3 to 6 months, which means that they are researching and they're looking. Okay. So your goal is that you want to be thinking about the 97% of people that aren't exactly ready right now, but that are thinking about it, or that might not even be thinking about it, but that eventually will be. And that is where marketing and awareness comes into play. And so when you market appropriately, you generate high quality leads, but you need to nurture those leads. It's very, very important as a part of your sales cycle. So how do we nurture leads? We've taken the time to market, we've taken the time to generate leads. How do we nurture those leads? And that is where social media, video content, showing up where people are looking comes into play. And if you nurture those leads long enough, eventually they will convert. Okay. And they will convert much more easily because you've taken the time to market them to them. They know who you are. They've developed what's called a parasocial relationship with you. What that means is when you create content, it's kind of like when you watch television. I'll just stop sharing for a second. It's kind of like when you watch television. Now you don't see my slides, right? I wish I could see what's going on. But the more that you watch television, you start developing a relationship with the characters on the other side of the screen. You cry for the character, you love the good guy, you hate the bad guy. That is what's called a parasocial relationship. And research shows that when you create video content locally, people start to develop a relationship with you, a one-sided relationship, and they feel like they know you. And the more and more that you do it, and the more and more that you allow them into your life, and I don't mean just personal, but you should do some personal, but the more and more you allow them to see what's going on, like things about the community, giving insights about real estate, talking about what's happening, in their area, really being that go-to resource, the community market leader, not just about real estate, but also about their area, the more they see you as the authority. And the longer that you understand that you focus on the 97%, the more your business will start to spiral into getting like massive momentum. And over time, it will become much easier to sell and to work with sellers and buyers because you're not chasing them. They are coming after you. They're coming to you because they feel like they know you. And people want to work with people that they know and they like and they trust. So most of you are great at perfect at results. What that means is you're great with your clients, you do a great job, they love you, okay? But if you don't market appropriately, you're not going to have as many opportunities to get people results, okay? So marketing completely 100% is involved in every single aspect of the sales cycle. And then once you get them the results and they work with you, well, then you want to refer them as clients. You want to retain them as clients. You want them to resell with you, relist with you, and you want them to refer you. But here's what I will tell you. If you don't market appropriately, you will also lose business from past clients and from referrals. Because how often, and this has happened to me, where I have gone to Costco, let's just say, and I'm like you, my clients love me, I over deliver, but I've gone to Costco and I see an old client who loved me and gave me an awesome review, and they're like, Krista, I bought a house, or Krista, I sold a house. And I'm like, why didn't they use me, right? Or I'm driving down my neighborhood and my favorite neighbor has another person's for sale sign up because they forgot about me. I allowed them to forget about me. So when you market appropriately, you are nurturing people that you used to work with. You're nurturing people that don't know you. You're nurturing people that are getting to know you. So marketing is an essential aspect of your business. And that is why all of the big brands spend billions of dollars marketing every single year, every single day, even though we know, like, and trust them. Is this making sense so far? Are you all following me so far? Okay. Now, I know a question that might be coming up, and that is, Krista, I really don't like to do social media, right? I'm afraid of being on camera. I'm not good at being on camera. I'm scared. I don't know how to use these different sites. And what I would tell you is this, is that Instagram and Facebook are one of your best platforms to market on. And everybody's on Facebook and Instagram. When you go out to eat, right, and you're driving around town or you're at the mall, everybody's heads are down. Where are their heads at? They're on social media. Social media, Facebook alone has over 3.7 billion monthly active users. The average person spends over 2 hours a day on social media. So my question to you as a marketer, as a business owner, as a real estate agent, when people are scrolling and they're looking online, are you coming up or is your competition? Okay. And your goal is to make sure that you come up, they see you, they get to know you, and they see you as a trusted, valuable resource in the community that they want to go to and they want to be with. That's your goal. Okay. So let me go ahead and keep on going here. So know this, nobody is comfortable on social media at first. Nobody's great at video at first. We're nervous. We're afraid of what we look like, what we're going to sound like. Are people going to like me, right? Are they going to judge me? That is a very normal reaction. No matter how old you are or how young you are or whatever it might be, it's normal. You can get better at it. And here's what I will tell you that will help you be more comfortable being on social media and turning these leads into listings, into closings, because that's what you want to do, right? Is that you just have to know that you are the best person, the best resource to help people. And if they don't know about you, you can't help them. And not only do you want to make sure that people that know you, like you, and trust you know about you, you want to make sure that the entire community knows about you. And how these algorithms work is this: the more that you produce content and the more that people engage with you, meaning they like, they comment, they share, the more they watch, even though you don't even know that they're watching, these algorithms will put your information in front of them. Okay. So right now what's happening is people that you know are seeing your content because they know you. Your goal is to get everyone else to see your content as well. And the way that you do that is you create valuable information, valuable resources, valuable tools that you put in front of your audience. Okay. You talk about the community. Maybe this weekend there's a great farmers market or there's a fair coming up. Talk about it. Tell people, right? Doing local market updates. What's happening in a specific local area? What's happening in a specific neighborhood? Those type of things are one of the best watched content that you can put out because people are interested in things that are relatable and have interest to them. Okay. There's actually 4 marketing principles that are very important for any business. And one of them is relevancy. How relevant is the content you are putting out to your audience? Okay, so relevancy. The other one is recency. How recent is it, right? If you're going to tell me a market update that's from 5 years ago, I'm not so interested. But if you're going to give me a market update that's from the past 30 days, and it's relevant to me because it's in my city or my neighborhood, all of a sudden I'm leaning in. I'm much more interested. Okay. So relevancy, recency. Yeah. The next one is proximity. How close in proximity is it to the person? Right. So the market update for your state, awesome. The market update for your city, great. The market update for your neighborhood, even more so because it's closer in proximity to somebody. And lastly is how different is it? Okay. You want to show up different and unique than your competitors. Talk about things that other people aren't talking about. Educate people on things that most agents aren't talking about. Most agents are just like, just listed, just sold. I'm the number one agent, right? They're not really making it about the consumer. The more you can make it about the consumer, the better. All right. So any questions so far? Any questions? Any questions? I know I'm going through this kind of fast. I do talk fast. I have a lot of energy. So I found that on Zoom, it's really essential that you have a lot of energy so people do not fall asleep. Okay. So this is the marketing cycle. And what I like to think about it is like a house. All right. In order for me to have a house, number one, I have to have a good mindset. And that's where creating video content comes in, right? You have to have a good mindset about it. You've got to learn to feel more comfortable and kind of like love yourself. I always tell people you can't stick a bag over your head when you go to a listing appointment. You can't stick a bag over your head when you go to when you meet with the buyer. You have to be you. They're seeing you. They're getting to know you. Video content is the same. Content on social media is exactly the same. So get your mind right. And then the idea is the foundation of your house, it's the marketing, right? So let me go back here. Without the foundation, you have nothing. So if you have a solid foundation of marketing and brand awareness, you are going to generate leads. And the more that you nurture those leads through marketing and through awareness, the more likely you will convert those leads. Also, marketing awareness, one more time, also helps conversion because people feel like they know you. Okay. Now your job is to get results. You can utilize CRMs and all those type of things for that to get them results and just do a great job. But then once they leave you, you also want them again to refer you, retain them as clients, get them to resell with you and relist with you. And that again boils down to marketing. So I want you to think about marketing as the foundation of your entire business. Okay. So now let's talk about the stages of how a buyer or how a seller decides. The first thing is that they're problem aware. What that means is they're like, hey, I think I want to buy or I think I want to sell. Okay. Once someone does that, what they do is they go look for solutions. And where do they go? They go online. So now they want to know the different options. They want to start seeing the differences. They want to start getting questions answered, right? Your goal is to show up where they are looking before they are looking. And let me just say this to you. If people are only thinking about you right when they need you, you're too late. Okay. And how do I mean by that? Have you ever seen on Facebook when somebody says, I'm thinking about buying or selling, and all of a sudden they say, do you know a local realtor? And 500 people refer different realtors. Okay. You're too late. You want to already be coming top of mind before they ever need to even ask the question. And they think about you. And they do that by you consistently producing content that's relevant to them, that serves and does not just sell. It helps them. Okay. That's the goal. So when I'm talking about the phases of a buyer or the phases of a seller, I want you to think about you as a consumer. Okay. As a consumer, let's just put it like this. When you go to a different city and you're on vacation and you want to go out to pizza and you don't know about the area, where do you go first? Where do you go? You go online. Okay, you go online and then you look to see how many stars somebody has, and the ones that has the more stars and the more information and the more pictures, that's the one you go to. People are looking at you the exact same way. Okay, they are evaluating you before they even need to work with you. They are referring you or not before they even need you, based upon the content and the information that you're putting out there. And that is why this is so important to the survival of your business. Now, when people are ready to buy or sell, or even before that, right? They're on social media, and then they start to look for solutions. Your goal is that you want to show up answering the questions that people have, solving the problems that people have while they're searching, and they are searching online. Okay. Now what happens is once people start to see your content, they start vetting and verifying you. They're like, okay, should I work with this person? Should I trust this person? They start looking at your testimonials, your education. They start looking at all of that. And I'll let you know that because you've already educated them, this vetting and verifying process is so much easier. Then they make the decision, and then eventually the goal is to get a testimonial from them. Okay. So the first stage is problem aware. They want to sell, they're opening to marketing messaging, and now they're seeking out solutions. Okay. That is when you want to show up solution aware, right? They know there's different solutions now. They start researching them. They want to know how things work. They're getting their questions answered. That's when your content needs to show up, and they need to be thinking about you. Again, they start vetting or verifying which agent or lender should I use. Okay. They look at testimonials, your education, your videos. They decide if you are a valuable, trusted resource. And then they make the decision on who I should work with, who is the least amount of risk to work with. That is the phase, that is the stages that a buyer goes through. Okay. So the goal for you is this. There is a book called Sway, The Irresistible Pull of Irrational Behavior by Ori and Ram Brahman. Now, this book talks all about the pre-frame, okay? And what the pre-frame is in a situation where somebody's going to buy or sell. It's actually not just about buying or selling. It's about anything. It talks about the decisions that people make are greatly changed based upon events that happened prior, okay? Based upon experiences, what they're exposed to, the outcome or the decision that somebody makes drastically and greatly changes based upon what happened before. That is why marketing and creating content and educating people is so important, because it's the pre-frame. It's everything that somebody is doing before they're ready to make a decision that greatly affects the outcome. They give this scenario. Sorry, whenever I do this, my camera's in the way, so whenever I try to get the button to share my screen again, I have to look to the right. But they give a story in this book, and it talks about how people from MIT, there was MIT students, and they had a professor, okay? And with this professor, they told the students, hey, we love your advice and feedback. We're going to give you a form that talks all about the professor's credentials and his accolades and his past experience, his biography, basically, kind of like a resume. And then after you watch this presentation, we want you to evaluate him. Like, tell us what you think, give us your feedback. The insane thing is that every single person on this training watched the exact same professor, okay? They watched the same seminar, watched the same professor. There was one difference. They split the room in half. 50% of the people got a biography, a resume, that said he was rather warm. The other 50% got a resume that said he was a rather cold person. So rather warm, rather cold. Now here is the insane thing. Remember, they both watched both groups, test groups, watched the exact same presentation. They got the exact same biography talking about his accolades and all that stuff. The only thing that was different was he was a rather warm person, he was a rather cold person. In most cases, the people that got the biography that said he was rather warm, they said he was friendly, very educated, they liked him, he had good information. The test group that got the biography that said he was rather cold said he was irritable, self-serving, not a good teacher. Okay, that's the pre-frame. The only thing different from one test subject to the other was rather warm, rather cold. Everything else was the same. The same resume, accolades, the same talk they watched. That is the pre-frame. That is so powerful that just one word can make the whole outcome of what somebody sees and judges somebody afterwards change. It's because people are always judging their thinking. Okay. And so your goal is, how can you as a marketer, as a real estate agent, how can you show up where people are looking and give them what they need to make sure that they are ready to work with you. Okay. So let me just give you one more example because I want you to see how all this kind of plays together. Okay. So a cold customer, this is somebody who does not know you and they don't even really know they have a problem yet, meaning they're not maybe thinking about selling or buying, or they might be. Okay. This is where marketing and awareness really is crucial. All right. And then when you market appropriately, what happens is you start to generate leads. And now those people become warm customers. Now they know you, they know they have a problem, and now they're aware that there's a solution and they are looking for solutions. Okay. And so at this point, it's very important that you nurture these people because now they're looking for solutions, they're researching, and they're not ready to buy right away. So we want to nurture them. And this again is where marketing and being consistent and brand awareness really, really plays a crucial part. Okay. Now the goal is that when you market appropriately and you nurture appropriately, you are going to attract high quality leads, people that know you, they know about your service, and they know that you can solve their problem. And this is how you convert. Okay. Then obviously you do a really great job. Okay. And they want to work with you. And then hopefully as you continue to market to them, they then want to refer you. Okay. So now let's talk about, so far do we understand the importance of marketing and the importance of the sales cycle? Just so I know I'm not talking to myself, do we understand? Do we get it?
Hey, everybody, you can utilize the Q&A box. I know the chat is disabled, but there's a Q&A box. We got a couple people saying yes right now. I've got
great.
some saying this is awesome, good stuff you're providing.
I didn't know that they couldn't do that, so I'm so sorry. So
No, we have the chat box for them. They can use the chat box.
You're so awesome. But I was like, I think that they may be sleeping or something. I might have to stop. So let me give you some examples now of how you can do this. Okay. So the first thing is this, is you start by picking a problem. All right. So the problem is this: sellers want to sell their home. That's very in-depth. That's very comprehensive. Okay. But sellers want to know also, and they don't even know this yet, how to get the most amount of money and the best terms, but they don't even know that yet. All right. So your goal is, what are all the things that are involved in selling a house or buying a house? And what are all the things that they need to do? These are micro steps to selling a home. And this is what you can create content on. And look at how many things there are. Okay. They got to clean it up, declutter, landscaping, curb appeal. There's fees. Who pays for what? Photos, flyers, pricing strategy, counter offers, multiple offers, deposit. How much deposit? Who pays for the deposit? Negotiating. I mean, you can go on and on about the type of content that you can create. People do not know. Okay. So this is where, when you understand your client avatar, your unique client customer that you're going after, and you understand what they want, what their problems are. It's very important. And then you start creating content that can help them and assist them. And the more that you create content that is valuable and serves them, the more they're developing that parasocial relationship with you, the more they're starting to like you, to trust you. And more importantly, the more that they are seeing you as the authority and the go-to trusted resource. And the more that you are beating the competition. Okay. Now, let me show you something that, in my opinion, I'm going to just stop my slides here for a second. That is one of the secret sauces in marketing. Remember, we talked about the market. I'm trying to find it here. The marketing principles. Okay. The marketing principles are recency, proximity, relevancy, and different. The more that your marketing principles has that in your marketing, the more likely you are going to convert people because it's relevant to them. It's close to them. They're interested in it. Okay. So I'm going to show you something that I would encourage all of you to do right now for you to be able to get a vast amount of business. Okay. And that is this. That is what I want you to do. I'm going to show you how you can do this with multiple. Now, this might look a little bit hard to some of you, but I want you to understand something. Okay. Let me give you an example of what all these things are right there. So these right here, all of those words that you see, those are sales funnels. Okay. What a sales funnel is basically doing exactly what I'm telling you to do right now. And we've generated over like $60 million online using sales funnels. And that is basically finding an avatar, client avatar, coming up with valuable information consistently, solving a problem, serving, not selling, answering questions that they have, right? Getting them closer to their ideal outcome and helping them. And it all starts, again, if you were here in the beginning, by marketing to the 97% of people who are not ready right now, but they eventually will be. Okay. I want you to think about when you are making a purchase, and let's just say it's a big purchase. Like maybe you want to get your taxes done. Okay. March, we're almost April, right? You want to get your taxes done. And your taxes are kind of complicated. You know that if you hire the wrong tax person, that it's going to cost you a lot of money. You go online and you do research, okay? And then you start watching videos of people and doesn't it make sense that the person that gives you the most amount of information, that helps you the most, that solves your problems with, that you're probably going to be more likely to go to that person than somebody else, okay? So when you leave here today, you can do something right now that will help you become what I call a neighborhood expert. All right. And that is this. You want to choose a neighborhood that you want to start specializing in. I always say the best way to choose a neighborhood is to look to see how many homes have sold in the past 12 months. What's the average price point of those homes? What's the average days on market of those homes, right? And pick one that makes sense to you. If there's one neighborhood and there's only 5 homes that have sold in a year, and another neighborhood where 40 homes have sold, it might be better to go to the neighborhood that has 40 homes that have sold. Even if the neighborhood that had 5 homes was $1 million per home, right? And the home that had 40 homes, let's say their average price point was only 600,000, even though the first neighborhood, the price point was higher, because there was only 5 and this one has 40, it would make better sense to go to the neighborhood that has more homes that are selling. Okay. And then I would say, how close in proximity is this neighborhood to me? Do I live in the neighborhood? Don't just pick it because you live there, unless you really, really want to market there and you really, really know it well. Then what you do is you start creating content specific to that neighborhood. All right. And I have taken this to the very next level, and I'll show you what I mean by that. But let me show you what I do. This is called a neighborhood community resource page. Okay. Let me just do one more thing real quickly here. Let me just push the button where I can make sure I optimize the sound. Can we make sure that the sound is working on this? Because I don't see the button to be able to do that. So if you can just make sure the sound works, I'm going to be playing a video.
Okay, I'll let you know.
Okay. Okay.
I did have somebody ask for one quick question. They want to know the word that made, they want to know what that one word was that made the difference in perception when you were giving the example of the hot and cold.
The pre-frame.
The pre-frame?
The pre-frame.
Okay.
Yep,
Pre-frame.
it's the pre-frame. And I mean, it has to do with everything. Like this whole entire context of what I'm talking to you about, it's all about the pre-frame, right? It's what you do, how you warm up your audience, how they get to know you, how they trust you, how they like you before they're ever even willing to work with you. So that by the time they're ready, they are comfortable and they see you as that go-to trusted resource. Okay. So the
Perfect.
first thing that you can do very, very easily is to choose a neighborhood. Okay. So as you see here, this is a neighborhood market update for a specific city. All right. I'm going to show you in a minute how to do it for a neighborhood. But when someone goes to this page, they're like, okay, how to sell your home fast, market updates, testimonials, downloads. This is information all about the city of Brentwood, right? Talking about local market updates, the spring housing market, how to sell your home faster. There's information here, our proven strategy for elite marketing, how to prepare your home for sale, current trends and insights, okay? And you know, the Savvy Seller, a book. There's different information about the local neighborhood. Now, I know this looks like a lot, all right? So I don't want to discourage you there. But what I want you to understand is that even if you just had a very small aspect of this community marketing page, you are in a very good place, okay? So let me give you another example of something. Now, this is a specific neighborhood resource page. It's basically a funnel is basically like a website, but it's much better than a website because it's when somebody goes to a website, you don't know why are they there? Are they looking at testimonials? Are they searching for properties? Like, you know, you have no idea, you know, why they're there. But when they go to a funnel, you know why they're there because you've directed people there and you know that they're there for a very specific reason. Okay. So now this is a market update, your real estate market update for Garin Ranch. This is a specific neighborhood in Brentwood. Now let's check this out. Here's the March 2025 market update. Hey, Garin Ranch, it's Krista Mayshore.
Hey, it's Josh Vitale.
And we are here for your March local Garin Ranch update. So listen, if you're thinking about buying, you can reach out to us. We'll give you a free copy of our home buyer blueprint. Or if you're thinking about selling, how to sell your home in East County, we'll give you a free copy or a digital copy or both. And then look out for this. We're going to be hand delivering these. You can click on this barcode and every single month you will get an update of what is happening in Garin Ranch. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and show. Josh, what do we need to know about this, what we're looking at right now?
So what you want to remember is obviously, you know, age, location, size, lot size, all of those are going to make a big difference in price. And so you're going to see that in the location on this evaluation. But just remember, you want to know what the top 5 things we recommend you to get your property sold, give us a call.
Especially in Garin Ranch, because Garin Ranch, you know, it's like so vast. We've got several developments. Some are older, some are newer, different sizes of homes. Some are a little bit more luxurious. So it's the pricing is different. All right, so here's what's happening in Garin Ranch. And as you can see, the green is what is active right now. And we've got red shows what has closed. And then yellow is what's pending. If you look right here, it kind of shows you right here. You can see that. And again, here's everything. Now let's go ahead and look at each individual one. So we have 542 Almanor Street closed on February 24th, right? It was a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, and that closed at $688,000 at $309 a square foot.
But then you have the 585 Bartlett Court. It's pending. We're not going to know the actual what it closed at until it officially closes, but it has 4-bedroom, 3-bath, about 2,374 square feet at $337 per price per square foot.
Yeah, so next month we'll let you know what that sold for. Now here's all the actives. Again, the bedrooms here between 3 and 5 bedrooms, between 2 and 3 baths, from 1,700 to 2,500 square feet, and they're ranging all the way from just about 700,000 to almost 840,000. And this is the price per square foot. Remember, just pause on this. You can kind of see where your home is and see how this reflects to you.
But remember, it is super important to get, you know, an agent that's going to give you what you need, answer all of your questions. So give us a call. We'd love to answer all your questions about really what it takes to sell in this market.
And there's not another brokerage that has sold as many homes as we have. We're at 2,300 transactions, 19 years at top 1%. And now Jane and our partners are going to be showing you what is happening in all of Brentwood.
Hi everyone, this is Jane Lynn Miller with the Mayshore Group, host by Krista. Now let's get into the Brentwood market update. This is for all of Brentwood. So right now in Brentwood, there are currently 114 active listings. There have been 58 that were pending and 29 sold with the average list price of 839,000 with an average sold price of 830,000, so slightly less with an average days on market of 30 days. And obviously, as we know, this says February because we won't know the stats for March until March is over. So that's why we always pull from the last month. So that was the market update for February. And as always, if you have any questions, please call or text us. And if you'd like a free copy of our book, What to Expect When Selling and Savvy Seller, or our Home Buyers book that we all had personally written, feel free to give us a call. It's all specific for the East Bay area, our marketing tactics, and what to do to prepare your house to sell. We also have our seller's guides that are updated seasonally as far as our buyer's guides. And just give us a call. We're happy to provide that information for you. Have a great home buying and selling day, everybody.
Okay, so now let me ask you a couple questions on that. First of all, every single one of you that's on this call knows how to use Zoom. Okay, because you're on Zoom. All you need to do is pull up your MLS, pull up the specific neighborhood, do a paragon shape around it, and do what we just did. Okay, notice I made a couple of mistakes in there. I wasn't exactly perfect. I didn't do a 20-minute long thing because research shows that the longer videos are, the less likely people will watch. Now, people know now that they can go to that website. Let me continue to share one more thing with you really quickly so you can see. Now, this also, is this the same one? Okay, let me, one more second here. I got too many tabs open right now. 1 second, I want to be able to show you more of this specific, on this specific funnel so you can see that it does have more information on there. Okay, here we go. Let me share again. Sorry about that. Too many tabs. Awesome. Okay, so what else do we have? Again, how to sell your home for more money, local market update, spring guide. We got all of our guides and our tips in here. Okay, we've got Garen Ranch stats. But the best part about this is just the very first part. Okay, your real estate market update for Garen Ranch, and then the video. All right. So now when a seller or a buyer calls me, I can send them to this page. Okay, somebody calls me to do a market to ask me questions about a certain neighborhood. I have 8 different of those funnel pages for different neighborhoods created. All of them have almost the exact same thing on there. The only thing that's different is the market update for the neighborhood. But it makes it look like I'm the expert for the neighborhood. So when a seller calls me and says, I'm interviewing multiple agents, and I say, great, do me a favor beforehand. I'm going to send you an information resource that's telling you what's happening right in your neighborhood in Garen Ranch. And there's a lot of videos for questions about the area. Let me know if you have any questions. Then I drop off my book. I drop off a seller's guide, right? A buyer calls me, I do the exact same thing. It positions me as the authority. I'm developing a relationship. They're getting to know me. Okay. And it's close to them. It's recent. It's close in proximity, and it's relevant to them. And all of it is very different because nobody else is doing it. Okay. Who do you think they're going to hire? Me. That is part of the reason why. So we took this to the next level, and I actually had these QR codes built. So I had them delivered in this little package right here. And then in it, there's a little notice that says, dear neighbor, here's a coaster with a QR code giving you access to monthly market updates for your area. Scan it to stay informed about home prices, trends, activities, and coupons. Updated by the 15th of every month. Keep it handy and feel free to reach out if you need anything else. And so they know now for their specific neighborhood, they can click this every single month, and they're going to be able to have access to what's happening. All right, so those are types of things that you can do to position yourself as the authority, to create high valuable content relevant to people in a specific neighborhood, to be very different, very relevant, very recent, to showcase your unique abilities, and also be top of mind constantly, right? Now, in addition to doing things like that, you're showing your content. Now, I know some of you are like, Krista, this seems like a lot. It is not a lot. It is different. You know, it's a lot up and down business, right? Struggling, feast or famine, that's a lot. When you learn to do this type of marketing because nobody else is doing it, business comes to you, and you attract and you do not chase. And then things like commissions and that kind of thing don't come up because you are an expert in what you're doing. Okay, so that was pretty much I can go more, but I wanted to save time for questions and all of that. And then also I wanted to be able to let you know that because I was so excited to be able to be here, and I'm so happy about it that we were able to offer you a free access to a training that we have coming up that's virtual. It's 3 days. I can show you that really quickly. That because we were able to come here, usually there's a charge for this. It's a cost to this. But we have an event coming up April 21st, 22nd, and 23rd from 8 to 1. It's right on Zoom. If you just go to KristaMashore.com/close, it is free to you. It's called Top Listing Agent. It's a brand new masterclass, how to dominate your market, how to attract sellers, become your market's go-to obvious choice, and make the competition irrelevant. And again, because we were able to be here today, and I'm so happy to be able to come and do this. We're able to give you a free ticket to come to this. And when you sign up, you're going to get a free a workbook for it. You're going to be able to have access to our Top Listing Agent community on Facebook. We're going to be giving you a step-by-step implementation plan, and it's over 15 hours of coaching that you can do right from your own home. And again, all that's free, no cost at all. And the dates are April 21st. So if you just go to KristaMashore.com/close, you can sign up for that at no cost to you. But act like you paid for it because it's worth several $1,000s of valuable information. Yeah. All right. So questions.
All right, everyone, if you do have questions, please open up that Q&A box. We'd love to answer them for you, and I'll help moderate. Also, while we're waiting for questions, I just want to let everybody know we will be sending a recorded version of this out. We will also include Krista's link for her workshop so you can get signed up. So you'll get the recorded version and the link to her workshop afterwards. Okay, here's the first question. Oh, that someone asked, will there be a replay link? Yes. We are going to send the replay link out with her workshop class link included.
I can put it back up too. And just to let you know, I know this is quick. It was, you know, we only had an hour and I wanted to leave time for Q&A. But I wanted to make sure that we go into it in much greater detail. We really go over it. And I just want to, you know, just let Allison, I just really appreciate you letting me be here. And it's been great. I'd love to have questions though.
Yes, we have one. Here we go.
Okay,
what are your rules on posting content as far as mix? Like posting family pictures, business, vacay, etc.
Yeah. So it depends upon your personality, right? Some people are very private and they don't like to, but what I find is that the more people get to know you, not just in real estate, but outside of it, they develop that relationship. And also people want to work with people they have commonality with, right? So if you don't want to show your kids, that's fine. But if you're like a wine enthusiast, or you like golfing, or you like working out, or you love, you know, cooking, those kind of things can really help you develop relationships with people. And it makes it not just be about real estate. So I like to do both. So I mean, I do a lot of you know, market updates, a lot of information about the city and what things to do and fun things. I interview local restaurants. I'm constantly doing community related videos. And then I just do, you know, here and there about my family and, you know, things I'm doing, what I'm eating, that kind of thing, just so they don't just always see the real estate side.
Great
That's a good question.
Yeah. All right, we have one from Pamela. Can you clarify what you mean by creating a funnel?
So a funnel is basically like it's a landing page, okay? It's a landing page that is specific to one thing. And so you know that when somebody goes there, they're interested in the one thing that you have on that page, right? So for example, I have a seller course that's on a funnel. I have a buyer course that's on a funnel. I have a seller seminar on a funnel. I have a buyer seminar. And what I just showed you was a neighborhood funnel. So everything on that funnel was specific to the neighborhood or the city, so that I'm sending people, I'm sorry guys, I got something in my eye. I'm sending people to this landing page, this resource page, and I know why they're there, so I can future market to them. I don't want to confuse them and, you know, talk to them about everything. What I want to be able to do is I want to be able to market to them in the future and give them information that they're specifically interested in, because then they'll be more likely to want to consume it, right?
Right, great question, Pamela. Do we have any more questions? Please feel free to ask away.
I know it's such a small group. I mean, usually when I have my seminars, there was 900 agents on this seminar in January. 900 people. It's very rare that I get to do things this small, and I get to this last month we had around 250 agents there. So it's very rare I get to have this small of people to answer questions like this. So I am excited about it and I love it. So don't be shy. Like ask away. And there's no stupid question. I used to be a teacher. I taught third grade, so I'm used to questions and I love questions.
Here we got one from James. My social media audience tends to react more to my personal post and realty post. How do you pivot to get more engagement on my realty posts?
So understand this, James, is a lot of times people are watching and you don't even know it. Okay. And that's why it is important though to do personal things, because you don't want to come across as that salesy person that's all you ever talk about is yourself or listings, because people get kind of tuned away. But the more that you do personal stuff and you intertwine real estate, they're probably watching it and they're seeing it. They're just not commenting and engaging. Like I have students that are like, oh my gosh, they'll go on an appointment and people will say, I've been watching you for years, or I binge watch your content, but they've never liked, they've never commented, they've never done anything. They're just watching in the background. Remember, people are information seeking, right? And just because they're not, talking to you or asking questions or liking your stuff doesn't mean that they're not watching. And the more that you do both, the more you're going to develop a relationship, the more they are going to want to do both.
Perfect. Okay, we have one from Sean. He wants to know, what is your go-to site to build funnels?
I have my own software called the Measure Method. The reason I use that one is because I've, done real estate for 24 years now, and it has all the things in it that I want. But you can go to any type of resource that has like a landing page that you can build and create. I use mine because everything's already built in there, right? And people can just change things. But you could do like there's ClickFunnels, there's KV Core, there's Go High Level, there's your own brokerage might have something that you can utilize, so any type of software will work. But no matter what you do, everyone, just like when you have a website, you have to have somewhere where you host it, right? So you have to have somewhere where you put the information in the funnel, in the landing page, just like you would need to have somebody that hosts your website. It's the same kind of thing.
Sure.
Good
And
question.
just for any Allison James agents that are on here, we do have KV Core for all of you, and you all can host and create landing and squeeze pages on there. If that
Allison
helps.
James, you guys are so great. This is a great company. They give you all the resources, leads. They give you the KV Core. I know that KV Core is not cheap too. So that's awesome.
No. No. Okay, I think that's all the questions we have. Krista, thanks for bringing the energy. Thanks for bringing all the good education. We really, really enjoyed having you today.
I hope to see you there at our event. It'll be nice. And again, we go into it a lot more detail, so you're not feeling like you're getting fire hosed. Thanks for having me, Allison. I appreciate it. You guys are awesome.
Bye, Krista.
Bye.